Hi, my name is Lisa, and I would like to welcome you to the Prentice Hall Middle Grades Mathematics program, built especially for middle grade students. We have developed this short video designed to help you navigate through the resources in your review binder, as well as your additional program review materials. We encourage you to view this video as often as needed to become familiar with our program and how it aligns to the Common Core state standards. In order to begin your review, I would like to ask you to pause the video and read the Common Core overview documentation in the Middle Grades Transition Kits. The Common Core State Standards articulate standards of mathematical practices that are central to the development of student learning of mathematics. The next few slides will guide you through each mathematical practice and how Prentice Hall Middle Grades Math helps to build that practice in students. Mathematical practice number 1. Make sense of problems and persevere in solving them. One of the foundational themes of Pearson's Prentice Hall Middle Grades Mathematics is problem solving. In the Problem Solving Handbook, found in the front matter of the Student Edition, students are reminded of the 4 steps, the first of which is understand the problem, in other words, making sense of a problem. In each chapter is a guided problem-solving activity in which students are guided to make sense of the problem presented, analyze the givens, and develop a solution plan. Within each lesson, students have opportunities to make sense of problems, analyze the givens in the problem, and then develop a solution plan. In the homework exercises are 2 guided problem-solving exercises, one of which has an accompanying student workbook page that models for students questions that can help them make sense of a problem situation. Mathematical practice number 2. Reason abstractly and quantitatively. Many of the examples and lessons are application examples in which students are guided to represent the situation symbolically, numerically, or algebraically. Through the solving process, as they manipulate expressions, students are reminded to check back to the problem situation with the Check for Reasonableness feature. Each lesson ends with a Check Your Understanding feature in which students explain their thinking related to the concepts studied in that lesson. Throughout the exercise sets are reasoning exercises that focus students' attention on the structure or meaning of an operation rather than the solution. Mathematical practice number 3. Construct viable arguments and critique the reasoning of others. Every chapter includes a more than one way feature where students analyze and critique the solution plans and reasoning of 2 students, each of whom presents a different solution plan for the same problem. Students are frequently asked to explain their solutions and the thinking that led them to these solutions. The many reasoning exercises found throughout the program specifically call for students to justify or explain their solutions. The error analysis exercises provide students additional opportunities to analyze and critique the solution presented to a problem. Mathematical practice number 4. Model with mathematics. Students in Pearson's Prentice Hall Middle Grades Mathematics program are guided to build mathematical models using equations, graphs, tables, and technology. In many lessons, one of the examples is an application example for which students are shown how the mathematical concept under study can be applied as a model for a real-world problem situation. Each chapter project, students apply a mathematical model to the real-world problem presented. The stepped-out process makes explicit for students the thinking that can help them apply models to the problem situations presented. The chapter projects found at the back of the Student Edition provide students with opportunities to apply the mathematics they are learning to solve meaningful, real-life situations. Mathematical practice number 5. Use appropriate tools strategically. Students become fluent in the use of a wide assortment of tools ranging from physical devices such as rulers, protractors, and even pencil and paper, to technological tools such as calculators, graphing calculators, and computers. They use various manipulatives and technology tools in the activity labs. By developing fluency in the use of different tools, students are able to select the appropriate tool to solve a given problem. The Choose a Method exercises strengthen students' ability to articulate the difference in use of various tools. The online Active Math encourages students to work with virtual math tools. Mathematical practice number 6. Attend to precision. Every lesson requires students to communicate with precision. Students are expected to use mathematical terms and symbols with precision. Key terms are highlighted in each lesson and important concepts explained in the Key Concepts features. In the Check Your Understanding feature, students revisit these key terms and provide explicit definitions or explanations of the terms. For the writing and math exercises, students are once again expected to provide clear, concise explanations of terms, concepts, or processes, or to use specific terminology accurately and precisely. Students are reminded to use appropriate units of measure when working through solutions and accurate labels on axes when making graphs to represent solutions. Mathematical practice number 7. Look for and make use of structure. Throughout the program, students are encouraged to discern patterns and structure as they look to formulate solution pathways. The pattern and look for a pattern exercises explicitly ask students to find patterns in operations or graphic displays. Mathematical practice number 8. Look for and express regularity in repeated reasoning. Students are encouraged to look for general methods through repeated reasoning about mathematical situations in lessons, activity labs, and extensions found throughout all of the courses. Now that we have reviewed the mathematical practices, please take a moment to read the Standards for Mathematical Practices information in the middle grades transition kits. It is there that you will find specific page references for each mathematical practice for the texts that you are reviewing. Now, before we go any further, I would like to take a moment to point out a few features of the text that will guide you in your evaluation of Prentice Hall Middle Grades Mathematics and the alignment to the Common Core State Standards. Within each chapter, Prentice Hall Middle Grades Mathematics engages your learner by offering hands-on activities emphasizing algebraic thinking, data collection, and modeling. These unique one-page lessons deepen conceptual learning while giving students a chance to work in pairs or small groups. Plus, you and your students will find the activity labs to be easy to follow and clearly stepped out. An additional feature tied into each chapter is Math at Work. Math at Work allows students to build a real-world understanding of math beyond the middle school classroom. Plus, math games stimulate our middle school learner while offering practice extending from the lesson. These features are building blocks towards the full development of the mathematical practices. Within the text, there are 3 levels of homework. It is in the section marked with a B in your Teacher's Edition where you will find guided problem solving. See the green GPS? It's here that students will practice the skill ratios and the strategy make a plan. To build student confidence, a graphic organizer models the data set for your student, while the scaffolding gives your student the support needed to make a plan. I had referenced problem solving earlier when talking about mathematical practice number 1. I'd like to refer you to your Teacher's Edition, where a pink GPS icon indicates that you may take a moment within the exercise set to walk the students through the guided problem-solving method. A guided problem-solving practice worksheet is accessible at point of use in your Teacher's Edition so that you may help students through the plan without having to reach into your teacher materials. Guided problem-solving practice is found within every chapter, as you see here on proportions and equations. Clearly written prompts and modeling include what you might think and what you might write are accompanied by higher-level questions labeled Think It Through. Practice tied to this skill follows on the next page, providing the opportunity for your students to become lifelong problem solvers. Within your Teacher's Edition wrap, red labels marked as levels 1, 2, 3, and 4 correspond to strategies and program materials for advanced learners, on-level learners, below-level learners, and special needs learners. The clear labels allow you the flexibility to reach all learners during any part of the lesson and extend learning for students to help them acquire the skills needed to be proficient in the mathematical practices. One of the most critical program components referenced to help you differentiate within your classroom is the all-in-one student workbook. Inside you will find a note-taking guide workbook, a guided problem-solving workbook, practice workbook, and vocabulary workbook. The guided problem-solving worksheets in the student workbook are the same that are referenced with the pink GPS symbol in the Teacher's Edition. It is this embedded problem-solving support that helps to develop those mathematical practices. All of the workbook pages are also found online. Online access is included in your binder. Your teacher resources are also entitled All-in-One, one convenient location for all of the instructional materials you need to reach the different levels within your classroom. It is here where you will find additional activity labs for every lesson outside of what is found in the text for further development of the mathematical practices. Now please take a moment to look over the Common Core State Standards correlations within the Middle Grades Transition Kits. These Common Core State Standards will also be aligned within the technology components of Prentice Hall Middle Grades Math. This includes the Teacher Center Lesson View Lesson Planner, ExamView Test Generator, and the Online Success Tracker system, which includes the online assessment system with chapter tests, instant remediation, and benchmark tests. So can you meet the Common Core State Standards with Middle Grades Math? Yes, you can. Pearson is currently developing the Middle Grades Math Common Core Standards Curriculum Transition Kit. This kit will be delivered within the online resources on Pearson SuccessNet. The online downloadable supplement will contain activities to ensure full alignment to the Common Core State Standards. The implementation guide will direct the teachers on when to use each activity within the current curriculum. Now, when reading through the Common Core State Standards correlations, you may have noticed lessons that were coded with the letters CC. This indicates a Common Core State Standards supplemental lesson, which is part of the online transition kit. Please take a moment to look over the list of Common Core supplemental lessons in the last section of the Middle Grades Transition Kits. It is here where you will find a full list of all of the lessons provided for each course, Course 1, Course 2, and Course 3. Also, please take a moment to look over the sample supplemental lesson, which is also inside that last section within the Middle Grades Transition Kit. Each student lesson within this guide contains examples and corresponding sets of practice exercises. The teacher's guide consists of full lesson support and answers to each problem in the lesson. Now take a moment to see how this all comes together. Look over the Common Core pacing chart in the Middle Grades Transition Kits. In this pacing chart, you will see the exact location of where to teach each of these supplemental lessons to ensure full coverage of the Common Core State Standards. The student resources mentioned in this video are all available in one location online. We have included access information in your review binder behind the Other tab. Please feel free to go online to review the active math and other resources mentioned. This online environment houses not only the Student Center, but also the Teacher Center and the Worksheet Center. All links are available on the left-hand side of the screen, and you will find an access code and walkthrough guide in your review binder. Homework worksheets can be accessed within the Worksheet Center online. Worksheets include guided problem solving, daily note-taking, vocabulary, practice, and much more. This includes all of the pages from the Student All-in-One Workbook with many more options such as daily puzzles for every lesson. I would like to take a moment to thank you for reviewing our materials. We encourage you to view this video as often as needed to become familiar with our program and how it aligns to the Common Core State Standards. Thank you.